So I've been, building houses and working land and making videos for I guess about 6 years now. And pretty consistently people seem to always ask, how are you doing this? How do you afford to do all this? I work 2 jobs and I do this and that and I could never do it. And I'm not by all means rich at all. I've been lucky enough to have a couple successful businesses that I've done pretty well in. But the way I do it is when I built the Earthship, I moved out to New Mexico for 3 years and lived in a tent the whole time until the very end when I finally got to actually live in the house and do the finishing touches. It was also a lot of sacrifice. I basically completely immerse myself in the project as best I can, and pretty much, I'm either not working at the time or working very little and living completely on the cheap. Like I said, living in the tent, not spending on any money on anything other than building the house, and working 7 days a week, trying to get it done as quickly as possible so I can get back to work and make some more money. So no, it is not easy at all. I work 100+ hour weeks sometimes to make these things happen. I feel like I'm starting to get tired now. I don't know how much longer I can keep it up, but so far it's been really worthwhile. I'm sacrificing lots of time with my family and friends, and I probably lost some friends over these projects in the process. But I think, this kind of stuff is so exciting and super important, and it's a great investment for the future. So, I'm willing to do it. I had a computer business that I sold back in 2008, and that's what really let me, break away from work for a few years and focus solely on the Earthship. And since I came back from that, I started a business in New York City called Rico Brooklyn. We take urban lumber from the 5 boroughs of New York City that would otherwise be chipped or thrown into a landfill, and we saw it. We have a sawmill, and we saw it into slabs, and we dry the slabs, and we have a furniture shop that we make furniture out of. That's also been really tough because any startup, you're not making a whole lot of money for the first few years, and just starting to make some money now, about 3.5 years into it. Thank God, because I need it to complete this project I'm doing upstate now. And what I've been able to do a lot is I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how I can take my entrepreneurial efforts, like Rico Brooklyn, for example, and kind of spin it in this intricate web around my personal life. Try to combine the two. So with Rico Brooklyn, I've taken, the whole milling and drying operation and moved it up to my property upstate. And that allows me to have, some equipment from the business and be able to use that for my personal stuff too. And I have financial support, to an extent, helping me get the road in and things like that we can split expenses. Anytime that I can merge my personal life and my business, I find a way to make it work and to symbiotically help each other. And it gets complicated sometimes, but it really helps me pull off projects like this. Yeah, so it gets really hard, and working this hard and this many hours and making all the sacrifices, you have times where you just want to quit. But the bottom line is I love doing this, and that's what's pushed me to work this hard. I feel like now I'm starting to get tired of it, and I need to slow down a little bit. So that's what being upstate is all about. I'm going to stop moving around. I'm going to build a house here and build infrastructure, and so I don't have to live in a tent, and go at a slower pace and just start building more structures on this property that I'm on, and do it all close to home, and so I can have a family and I can be close to my family the whole time while I'm doing my business and while I'm doing my hobby and building these houses and experimenting with sustainable technologies and things like that. The spirit's still there, and I still am going to do it, but it's just all about being patient and taking as much time as it takes to do it, and being persistent, and if you really want it, not spending money on anything else, putting every cent into it. For example, last fall, every single penny I made that we didn't have to spend on food, went into buying rock to build the road to get in here. So it takes a ton of hard work and sacrifice. And you just ask my fiance. I think when she wasn't around so much for the Earthship in New Mexico, but she has been part of the whole process here in New York, and I don't think she really understood how much it was going to take. I don't think any amount of warning that I gave her could have prepared her for it. But man, she's been a trooper, and she's been in it the whole time. And she can certainly attest to how much work we put into it, how much sacrifice we've had to make. Hey, how's it going, everybody? So with the house in Taos, the Earthship behind me now, I'm moving on to a new project in New York and standing in it right now. This is 15 acres, just bought